guys, I hope you're doing well. Today we are going to be making these orange gummy bear candy nails, which I'm very excited to share because, you know, summer is right around the corner and it's neon nail season. So here is my mood board. As always, we are using a lot of jelly techniques, a lot of fun chrome designs as well, like colored chrome. And as always, we have to highlight nail safety. So if you're going to be doing your own gel nails at home, please make sure that you do it safely, do adequate research into nail safety, lamp compatibility, all of that stuff. Now to get into the fun part, which is of course always the colors and the sparkle. And for this, I'm going back to my roots, which is using the gel. So we've got a nice syrupy orange as well as a neon orange, and then some of these sparkly flakes as well. I will also be showing some more glitter gels later on in the video, which are from the DVOK December collection. But actually, if I'm going to be honest with you, the nail sets that I make actually take me a long time to create, in terms of from gathering all of the ideas and the inspiration to then drawing it up to then actually working on it and creating a whole 10 nails if I'm making 10 nails. So this whole process from start to finish is actually, I don't even want to think how long it takes me. Maybe like 10 hours, because usually I will split actually making the nail set into 2 sessions, and both those sessions will probably be like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I know it sounds like a long time, right? And it's just because I'm a huge perfectionist with the work and how I want to create them. And it's also therapeutic, right? I think that's why a lot of us do nails. If we're going to be doing press-on nails, definitely, because I know if you're there and you're doing extensions on yourself and you kind of get yourself into that kind of 6-hour time loop where you can't really live your life, but at the same time you want to finish your nails, but you're just getting progressively more tired, right? I understand that aspect of it, but I think for a lot of us it's therapeutic and it's artistic, and that's why we really love doing it. So anyway, as I was mentioning, it usually takes me 2 sessions to do 1 set. So in this case, I did some of these nails, let's say, I can't even remember the day, it was a couple of weeks ago now, but let's say I made them, I think on a Sunday, and then on the Monday I had new nail mail arrive, which was from my Sweetie Nail Supply orders from my previous video. So then in the second section, I used the like glitter gels from that collection in the video. So that is why I will show these later. That was a very long-winded story, but you know, I'm going to also try and bring in more of my personality and my kind of stories into these videos and these voiceovers, rather than just doing them as like a tutorial style. I feel like at this point I've made a lot of videos where I've really focused on actually talking through the steps that I'm doing and tips and techniques and all of these things, right? But then I also think I would like to, you know, bring more of myself into my videos. That's something that I really want to keep doing. So that's why there may be some changes in the sort of video formats that I'm putting out, but I'm also really receptive to changing and, you know, creating videos that are useful and interesting and what people want to see, basically. So definitely, if you have any preference for how you like to watch videos, please let me know this down below. I'm really always trying to experiment with new formats and new ideas, and I really want to, you know, talk with people about nails and share stories and all of that sort of stuff. And I will definitely mention that a lot of this is also inspired by Kai from Get Pressed Nails by C, because she's become a really good nail friend to me over the past couple of months. And definitely check out her channel if you don't already know her. She is just absolutely insane at doing 3D nails. In terms of sculpting 3D designs and 3D characters, like absolutely crazy and so talented. And I really just think like she deserves so much attention. So of course I will have her links in the description below, and definitely recommend, if you are into nail art and following kind of more nail times story time times kind of relaxing videos, definitely click through to her channel and watch her videos, please. Now I want to change the topic a little bit and talk more about the inspiration and the design for this process and this set specifically. It is definitely pretty inspired from my previous melon soda set, which is being very well received on my channel, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Thank you everybody, and hello to anybody that found me through that video as well. This set is definitely inspired from that, but I also wanted to bring in more neon and orange and definitely those bright syrup neon colors as well. And of course, as we can see here, I also wanted to use my gems. This was a huge inspiration as well. I've had these gummy bear charms for maybe a year now, I think, and I have used them a couple of times in some of my sets, but not that often. And also, one of the other designs that I really wanted to play around with for this set was using this chrome technique for colored chrome. And especially, I know that Kokoist, they've come out with a black and a white non-wipe accessory bond, but I already had their black paint and their non-wipe accessory bond in the clear. So I wanted to see whether this would work as well, you know, whether I could mix both of them and actually, you know, replicate that black non-wipe accessory bond without having to buy the product. So that's what I'm doing here. So definitely this set is a big mix up of ideas I've had in my brain and techniques and things that I've wanted to try out doing and seeing if they work. That is usually a big component to the designs I make, is experimentation, because as I mentioned, nails is not my main job. This is a hobby for me, and I would call it my serious hobby. It's like my hobby that I take pretty seriously and I want to be good at, and I want to, you know, really do it to a high standard and do it in a way that fits for me and lets me be free, but also lets me be proud of something that I create. I know maybe this sounds very like woo-woo, like big idea, I don't know. But yeah, nails is just that really special thing for me. So when I do my sets, usually I will take it as an opportunity to experiment with ideas or try out things that I've been wanting to do, you know, like if I see things on Instagram, things like that, because I only have limited time to do nails. So I really want to find that balance between making things that I'm proud of, but also experimenting with new designs as well. So very long-winded again, but that is why I was trying to do this chrome technique here. And another thing that I'd seen a lot is, you know, where people will apply bright colorful chrome and you really want to have a nice black base for that as well. But this is what this looks like in this nail, and I have to say I'm really, really happy with the outcome. I'm really glad that I actually tried experimenting with the non-wipe accessory bond and the black mixed, rather than, you know, just going and buying the black non-wipe accessory bond. Because I'm trying to be resourceful as well, you know. I think that's really one thing that we as people who are into nails and into beauty maybe as well, it's very easy to get caught up in all the pretty colors and all the different cool products and all of these things that you forget what you actually have in your collection. And I'm also very guilty of this. I'm not going to lie whatsoever, because also nails for me is really the one thing that I spend my money on now. It's like my main hobby, and I did used to dance as well over the past couple of years. From around 2021 to 2023, I was taking a lot of dance classes. And if you're somebody that also dances, you know that dance classes add up very quickly. And unfortunately, I did start to struggle with some injuries, which have healed now, so that's all great, no issues there. And I'm trying to work my way into dance as well, but it definitely got to a point where dance for me kind of became a bit difficult for me to do because of my health. And I'm going to just pause this conversation here because I just want you to see this beautiful glitter. This is one of them that I got from the DVOK December collection, and it is just a really, really big orange blue hexagonal glitter. Like, oh, that's stunning. And then when we apply this to the nail, it just looks crazy. If you are aware of DVOK, I really do not know how to pronounce this name. Please let me know in the comments how you pronounce it. Also, maybe I should check the Korean to see what the Hangul is, like how the Hangul is spelled so that it has the pronunciation right. Anyway, if you go onto their Instagram, you'll see when they were promoting this collection, there is this bright yellow like low exposure photo that they have, where they've applied these Aurora charms over the top of this glitter, as well as over the top of DG18, which is a pinky finer glitter in this collection, and it just looks crazy. So that's what I wanted to do here. I wanted to go in with my own Aurora charms because, as I mentioned, you don't need to get the branded Aurora charms. You can buy these on Temu, you can buy these on Taobao. They are very popular nowadays anyway, especially. They're very easy to come across. So you can buy some cheap ones, buy your good glitters, and do this layering technique yourself. And it looks so great because the light hits the glitter underneath, and when you add the Aurora charms over the top, it kind of refracts that glitter additionally. So it's just stunning, and it's so effective for such an easy technique as well. And here I am just going and top coating only around the charms because you don't want to top coat over them, you'll lose the dimension of the Aurora charm as well. So that's pretty much my little talk over this glitter. If you also have the DVOK collection, please let me know any designs, or actually please share with me any designs on my Instagram. Like send me a DM of any inspiration or any designs that you've fallen in love with, or maybe that you've done as well using this collection, because I'm always here for sharing inspiration and getting inspiration from other people. Like, I think that's one of the amazing things about the nail community, and that's also why I started my channel as well. So anyway, I guess now we can move back to the previous conversation about dance. So now dance for me is something where I don't really see myself going to a lot of dance classes anymore because my priorities in life have changed, and that's completely normal as well for this season anyway. So I'm not really spending any money on dance classes anymore. And when I say dance classes, usually I would take around 3 to 4 a week. Sometimes it could even go up to 5 to 6. And I was also part of a dance team as well. So I had weekly Saturday training from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Saturday. And it was amazing. I loved my team so much. They're such great people and such hardworking people. I think really dancers are some of the most hardworking people that I know, because dance is a very cutthroat industry. It is not an easy industry to be in, and it's so physical, and dancers are so just very perfectionist, I would say, and I think it makes sense. Perfectionism is kind of a reoccurring theme throughout a lot of my circles, a lot of the things that I'm interested in, and that's not a bad thing. I think it can be a superpower if you use it correctly and you know where to leverage your perfectionism as well. But it's something you need to manage as well so that you don't let it affect you mentally, if that makes sense. But yeah, going back to dancers, I was taking a lot of dance classes, and a dance class on average would cost around 12 to 15 pounds, it depended, and that would be for like an hour and a half, right? So you can imagine if you're taking 4 to 5 a week, that's going to be like 75 pounds, 60 pounds, 75 pounds it could be, and that's not even calculating in your travel costs as well if you were needing to travel. So all this to say, in the grand scheme of things, is that I have swapped out a lot of the money that I was spending on dance. Not even swapped out, I've saved it, and then my new hobby is nails. So that is why I will spend a lot on nails. And that brings us back to this video here, where I'm showing the toy gel from Valla, which I am so excited to use because I am trying to be resourceful, you know, I'm trying to be really conscious of the products that I have in my collection. And that's why for the past 3 to 4 months, I have been trying to get the Kokoist Bubble Gel to work for me for what I wanted to use it for. But I was having a lot of difficulty trying to create the things I wanted to create with it. And I don't know whether it's just the gel or whether it's my skill. No, I was working a lot with it. I gave it like 5 to 6 different goes and different techniques. I was trying different things and it just wasn't really working out for me. So I got the toy Valla gel, which is what I'm showing here. And I got this from Sweetie Nail Supply. I know I'd been keeping tabs and it's been sold out so much. So This is one thing where, yes, I'm a bit frustrated because I bought a second 3D gel, but I also think that I've tried to be resourceful with what I already had, and it just, you know, kind of wasn't working out. I had that gap and I needed to, well, I didn't need to, but I really wanted to fill that gap in order to improve my skills in this area. So definitely something that, as we are people who love nails, we need to be conscious of the products that we already have in our collection. I'm really, I guess, critical with ourselves, because it's not even a case of money, right? It's also a case of space. Like, if you're fortunate enough where you can buy nail products and buy new nail products, even buy whole collections, that adds up with space. And these products, they do expire, they have expiry dates, right? So you also need to be conscious of that. I know that especially for beauty products, people have a tendency to use their products after the expiration date. Definitely, please don't do that for eye products, but you know, like foundations and things, I'm guilty of that. But I also am very conscious of trying to make sure that I don't extend the life of my gels, because I don't know whether an expired gel would have issues with curing time. If anybody knows this down below, please let me know, because for example, if you have a product where its expiration date is 2 years, will that product still cure effectively and to, you know, like 99% if it's past those 2 years? I really don't know. And I feel like a huge component of this would also be how you stored it. Have you kept it in the dark? Has sunlight hit the bottle like consistently, even if it's an opaque bottle, right? Does sun go through the bottle? I don't know these things. These are things that I have in my head and I think about, because nail safety is really like the most important thing. You want to make sure that you're using your product safely, and you're also looking after your product safely. And there's so much gray area here, and you know, you don't want to like risk it. Yeah, anyway, if anybody knows anything about that, please let me know down below, because I'm very interested in that. And as we can see, the Toy Valla gel has worked so beautifully in this design. It was such a dream to work with, and I completely understand the hype of it now. It's just so smooth, so easy to work with. It doesn't stick to your spatula tool, but it also molds perfectly, and it flash cures so well, and it just looks so juicy, you know, when I layered the syrup gel over this. And it looks like a candy. Like, I didn't know if this design was going to work out the way that I wanted it to, because I actually changed this design very last minute. It was supposed to be a bear, if you can see in the design inspo, but then I changed it to this candy. And I also made a smaller candy on this other nail as well. And yeah, it looks really, really juicy and amazing. I definitely think if I tried to attempt the bear, it would not have turned out the way I wanted it, so I'm glad I changed it. I think in order to do animal designs, I need to get some colored 3D gel. I currently don't have any in my collection, and I'm also torn whether I can add color and pigment into a 3D gel, because I saw online that some people are using inks in order to color your 3D gel, which I think is such a brilliant idea. Like, that's a great idea. So may try to do that in one of my future sets, because I do have 2 of the more nail art liquids that I don't use as much as I want to. I got them last summer and I made some Smisky nails with them last summer, you know, before Smisky nails started blowing up. And I definitely want to share those photos on my Instagram now, maybe like this week, next week, take some nice hand photos of them and share them, because I want to, you know, like share my designs while Smisky's art popping off. Anyway, let's move back onto this last nail design that I'm going to be sharing in this video, which is this clear 3D swirl kind of blocky swirl nail. I don't really know how to describe this design, so I went in with the DG18 and layered 2 coats of that on your base, and then added flakes onto that in order to build up like a nice iridescent background. And then I'm going in with my 3D gel and just picking up big globs of this, letting it, you know, settle to the bottom of my brush, and then applying this in a nice thick stroke and dragging it up from the tip to where I want the like finish to be, and then flash curing after each one. And this is what this looks like. I'm really glad I attempted this design. I definitely see improvement in my 3D swirls, and I just hope I can, keep improving as we go. And as always, I also did it for another nail on the other hand. And here is the final design in comparison to my, drawn design. Super happy with how these nails came out. I really think that my skills in terms of 3D and sculpting with 3D and chrome and, like the vision really is improving, and that just, makes me really happy. So please let me know down below what your thoughts are on this design as well. And as always, please like and subscribe if you liked the video, you liked more of this chatty nail style. I definitely want to incorporate this style more into my videos moving forwards. If you have any questions on how I do anything, please just let me know in the comments below, but I think I'm going to move away from the tutorial kind of focus as well. And definitely, bringing more of myself physically as well as personality-wise into my videos. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me, more nail content. And also make sure to subscribe to Kai from Get Pressed Nails by C. I will have her linked in the description below as well. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world.